Cool. Can you hear me now?
There you go. Better.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for doing this, dude.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Cool. So our podcast is about your journey in the music industry and how you got to where you are today.
Okay, yeah. I should probably do tequila first. That makes sense.
Yeah, do it.
Let's do a little tequila for breakfast. We'll see how this turns out. Let's do it.
Cheers.
Here we go. It was national. Let me just go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So it was like National Tequila Day and release day at the same day. So that was it's been a rough weekend.
Oh my gosh. So did you drop the track on Friday?
Yeah.
Cool. Rad. I love it. That's so awesome.
But now I think I might actually try to drop a song every single National Tequila Day.
That would be cool. You should make it a thing. Yeah, yearly thing.
It might be an annual thing.
Right on, man. So where did you grow up?
Me, I grew up in I was born in like Minnesota, but I would say I grew up in like Orange County. I was kind of back and forth my whole life. So
okay. So
and then
SoCal.
I turned 18. I just moved out there fully, then kind of I guess became an adult and kind of moved and started that music industry fucking journey when I moved out there, I think.
Okay. How did you get into music originally?
Honestly, I want to say it's my mom and my dad, dude. Like my mom's like a super big hippie and my dad's crazy fucking like old rocker dude, you know? So like I actually grew up like backstage at shows. Like my mom was the masseuse for like any show that ever came to this city, like whether it's an arena or a fucking stadium. Like my mom was like the main massage therapist. So I was like chilling backstage at like 12 years old, like with Alice Cooper and shit, you know? So like anything from like Alice Cooper to fucking, you know, AC/DC to Blink-182, like anybody you can think of. Like I remember skateboarding when I was like 11 years old with like Sugar Ray, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
oh my God.
I grew up like backstage.
That's
so,
crazy. What a window into the music industry, like through your mom being a masseuse.
I think like I was just kind of like always in it. So maybe that's how I just grew up seeing all that shit. So I was like, I want to do this.
Right. Yeah. That's so rad to be able to have that like that backstage access at that early age.
It's pretty cool growing up, I think. My mom's a pretty rad chick.
Yeah. Wow. And then, so obviously that was your introduction to music. What was the first instrument you learned to play?
Drums. Yeah. I was, when I was growing up in Minnesota, the Minnesota side, I remember we lived on a farm and we had like 19 horses. And like, I would like use like wooden spoons and like hit on like those like buckets. I would just like play drums on buckets and shit like in the barn. Yeah, so I think
did your parents get you a kit?
What?
Did your parents eventually get you a kit after watching you bang around?
My first drum kit, I think, when I was like 14 or 15 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that was probably my first instrument for sure.
Wow. And then did you start a band, or what was next for you?
I don't really remember. I really don't remember. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, I was in some like pop punk band.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even remember. But like, yeah. So I think when I was doing that, like I was super into like Korn. I think like Korn and Blink-182 were like my go-tos when I was like drumming.
Cool.
Guys, I think I started to do a band that was kind of like pop punky or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I still love pop punk. I listen to pop punk every day.
I love pop punk too. That's my favorite genre. So okay, so you're in that pop punk band. What was your real like first, like door opening in the music industry for you?
When I graduated, this is back in MySpace was hot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated from high school, and then I moved. I found some band from Orange County that like was looking for a drummer. My friend hooked me up with that. So like the second I graduated, I just like packed, I had like a little Acura or something, a little Acura Integra, and I packed all my drums into my car, and I packed like all my clothes like inside of my drums just so everything would fit. And I just drove across the country, and I literally drove straight from Minneapolis to Newport to this band skate shop was my first stop, and that's when like I met up with these dudes in this band, and I just like I moved in with them like the second I got there. You know?
Wow.
And then you remember the band Seosin?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like the day I moved to California, like the day I got there, the singer Bo, who was actually the singer of Bless the Fall.
Okay.
So he's the singer of Bless the Fall now. That was the band that I joined way back then. And he picked me up at this van skate shop, and he's like, "This is where you're gonna live now." And it was Seosin's apartment. So like I was like, the day I got there, I started living with like Seosin. They were like they were like one of my favorite bands back then. So I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, so like my whole band was just like was big in that Orange County scene. So like we were friends with like we lived with like the bleeding through dudes and like 18 Visions and Seosin, just like that whole Orange County like scene.
Yeah,
that
like
was
hardcore scene.
That was like my friend group at that time. Like that's what I kind of like. That's what I moved into.
Whoa.
But I think just surrounded by those people, just kind of like kicked it in, you know?
Definitely. Wow. Did you know that you were meeting up with the people from like the guy from Seosin when you drove to Orange County?
I was like, that was literally one of my favorite bands like at that time too. So then like, yeah, so I get to Orange County, like, we're gonna live here, and like it's Seosin's apartment, but they're on tour and whatever and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I just live on their floor.
That's but that's rad, man. Oh my god.
In the living room, yeah. So that was kind of pretty cool.
So you're a drummer, but then you're also a songwriter. I read that you've written songs for like a bunch of people.
Yeah, I've always been like in the songwriting side like of things. Like no matter what band I was in, like if I was drumming for, I mean, like I was a hired gun for a while too, so I would like jump from band to band and like tour with other people, and just like I was always writing songs for other people either way, like. But like that was back when like I didn't know shit about song credits or any of that, you know, like you're young, so it's like you don't really pay attention to the things that I should be paying attention to now. Thank God for my manager who does all that stuff.
He won't let it slip through the cracks on you.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've always been like on the songwriting side of the thing. Like even I had a band that was called it's like My Misfire was the band that I started. That was the first band I started, and I like wrote every lyric for that band. But I was a drummer, you know. Like I wrote all the
it was called My Mister?
Misfire, yeah.
My Mister. Okay.
And like I wrote all the lyrics or all the melodies. I did like all that stuff. I even wrote some like guitars like on the album too. So I don't know. I've just always been in the songwriting side. I was the drummer though. I was never up front. I didn't want to do it. I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, you just didn't have that.
Here's how the song's supposed to sound. This is how you have to sing it. Now I'm gonna hide back here behind not good with a microphone in my face, you know.
Yeah,
I'm still used to it.
Really? Yeah, because now you're the front man of your new thing.
Very uncomfortable, but apparently it's. I don't know. I think I can do it. We'll see.
Yeah, sounds good. I love the video that you made.
Dude, so many butts.
Yeah, I know. That's like the whole clip I saw was all butts.
It's just all butts. It's all it is. It's like a summer banger though, so it's like,
yeah.
Why not?
It
like,
makes sense.
Like I want to just be at a pool party and I listen to it, you know. So it's like the video would be really shitty if it was a bunch of dudes. So
probably wouldn't get the same traction.
Yeah, right. I couldn't watch that video if it was a bunch of dudes. That's all I got to say.
That's funny.
Like, yeah.
But so you've written songs for a bunch of people. Like I was reading, like you've written like in country and like a whole different, like a bunch of different genres, right?
Yeah. I mean,
like how are you meeting these, like how are you getting into these rooms? Just all networking?
Yeah. I mean, like through like I said, like when I moved out to play with those dudes out in Orange County, like I just met so many people, and I just kept networking like nonstop. I just like, you know, try not to burn bridges, and yeah, you just keep meeting people like a lot, dude. And like, I mean, Danny Worsnop, he's like one of my greatest fucking friends in the world, and he had a lot to do with me. He introduced me to fucking everybody. Like he pushed me hard into this whole singing thing, and he really just, I mean, pushed me into fucking everything. Like, I have a little picture of him sitting right here. Look at this.
Your spirit animal.
Little fucking thing, dude. This is me and him in like fucking, I don't know, some other country. But yeah, I remember we were sitting in Hollywood, and he's like, hey Brad, like, come over here, dude. Or whatever the fuck his name was. And he's like, you gotta meet Aaron. And all of a sudden I look over, and I'm just like hanging out with like the dudes from fucking Aerosmith. And he's like, what? Like, he just introduced me to everybody, you know? So
whoa.
Yeah, he's definitely helped my networking a lot, you know?
Definitely. Wow.
Yeah,
and then
even country, like, I mean, he did his album with Jim Coffin, and Jim Coffin's like a really big producer, and he owns like, so Jim Coffin owns like some publishing at like the Song Factory in Nashville, and it's like a spider of friends that are just everywhere, you know. So
yeah, because I was reading that you wrote some songs for like artists out in Nashville and stuff, but you did that all from LA?
No.
Oh, you would fly out there and write with them?
Yeah, Jim Coffin's studio is in LA.
Oh, okay.
But he owns like publishing and stuff in like the Song Factory out in Nashville. So like, I mean, I write everything usually from this room. Like, this is like my little studio room in my house.
Oh, rad! Yeah, I see the guitars and stuff back there. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's like shitty writing, like on my voice notes on my phone, like, I mean, that still counts, you know. Like, I'll just text over and be like, "Yo, use this or try this or something," you know, like.
That's cool. But you produce too. You produce for people?
No.
Oh, you don't. Just write songs. Just songwriting.
I just like writing.
Okay.
I've always wanted to like get way better at like Ableton or Logic or something, but like, I don't know, man. I'm too, I don't know, scatterbrained. I'm just fucking everywhere. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I don't know how to do it. I should probably do it eventually.
So you were just writing, yeah. So like for like Every Time I Die, for example, like you just helped them write?
No, see, I never actually helped them write. They asked me to drum for them.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so did you drum on like a record or just tour with them?
No, they wanted me to fill in for one of the tours. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Where did you tour?
I never actually like did anything for their albums by any means.
Oh, okay.
There might be a little misinterpretation in there.
Well, I was just curious that if you worked
back to just like the networking shit, you know, like I was friends with like the main people on Warped Tour and shit. So that's how Every Time I Die hit me up and was like, hey, we need to do fucking drum for this tour or whatever. But
what was the first band that you did like a big tour with?
Probably Take the Crown, that band from Orange County that I joined.
Okay. And you guys, were you signed to a label and stuff?
Yeah, they signed to Rise back then. Rise
wow.
Records. Yeah. So yeah, then the singer, like I was saying, the singer of Take the Crown is Bo Bocans. So he's then.
Oh, okay. I got it.
That band broke up. I started my own band and went back to Minnesota, and then like Bo, like he joined Blessed Fall and just like
took off from there.
yeah. And I think like Craig Mabbitt was like the original singer of Blessed Fall, and then I started tour managing Craig Mabbitt's Escape the Fate, and it's just like,
oh wow.
So it's just like there's always been like a spider web just networking somehow, dude. You know, like it's just been weird.
That's cool. I mean, sounds like you've always been able to get a gig and, you know, have something going on, whereas a lot of people would be stoked to get one, you know?
Yeah, it just like never stopped, you know? Like I didn't want it to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then what made you decide to start Birdsall, just your own thing?
I was writing with, so Danny Worsnop has that solo project that he does. So when he's not doing Asking Alexandra, he's always doing like his solo stuff. Mm-hmm. And he asked me to drum for his solo stuff. So when I was like touring with him and like drumming for that stuff, me and him kind of like started writing songs. And like he wrote this really fucking awesome pop song out, and we were just like, dude, we should start writing pop songs and just like sell them to fucking like Adele or something, you know? Just like
right.
on the side. So then we start writing pop this week. So I just started writing some stuff, and like I would, you know, like I would send him voice notes and shit like that, and be like, yeah, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And then yeah, one day he was just like, dude, like you should actually like you should actually be the front man of this stuff. And I'm like, that's stupid. I would never do that. Like, no, dude. No, this is for somebody else, you know. But he basically told me, like, he said, yeah, you should do this. And I was like, fucking, all right, I'll try it, you know, whatever. So he recorded, we wrote and recorded my first songs ever with him at his house. And then I don't know. That's basically how it started. Yeah.
Wow. Was it? Sorry, go ahead.
He was trying to think of like a name for the project, and he said you should literally just call it Birdsall. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like that's my last name. You know, like I've heard that my whole life. Like, why would I ever do that? And he was like, I'm only like a fucking master of marketing. Like, don't listen to me or anything. I'm like, whatever, dude. Okay, cool. So yeah, we wrote my song, named it Birdsall, and then yeah, he brought me on. So that last tour, his last solo tour, I was drumming for him. And mid set, I would get off the drums. And so he would just do like one of his songs mid set. He would be just doing like acoustic, you know. Acoustic, yeah. I would get off the drums. I'd go hide in the back for a minute and just like rip 4 fucking shots of tequila. Terrified. And then he would bring me on stage and introduce me as his drummer, and then also as Birdsall. And he would hand over his guitar to me, and he made me get off the drums every single night of tour and showcase my songs every single night of that tour.
Wow, that's rad though. That was
like,
probably
this dude's like, he pushed me into this. He's like literally it's like one of the best things you could ever ask for. You know what I'm saying? Like before the tour started, he was like, just like, no, like I'm gonna get you off the drums every single night. You're gonna play 2 of your songs in front of my crowds. And I'm like, fuck. He's like, I don't care, you know. He's like, be ready or don't be ready. It's up to you, but you're doing it. You know, like,
yeah, but I'm gonna bring you out there.
I'm just like, oh. So yeah, so I did that whole tour drumming for him and showcasing my songs, and then that caught a lot of attention. Everyone, my manager is like, what the fuck, like. Here. And he just like shook my hand. He's like, I'm your new manager. I'm signing you. I was like, all right, yeah, I can do this. You know, then the label picked me up, and
wow.
Yeah, so that one tour just like caught people's attention, and yeah, here we are. I'm writing more songs.
Yeah. Wow. How nerve-wracking was that the first time he pushed you out there?
God, terrible, dude.
And how about an acoustic? Wow, that's even more. It's not even like you can be drowned out by like electric guitars and drums.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, dude? Like, it was fucking miserable. but it was good, dude. It worked. It was like, I mean, I remember when we were rehearsing for the tour, like, we rehearsed for like 3 days before we went out or something like that. And I remember like having to get up in front of fucking nobody. Like we're at this little studio, and there was the other band that we brought out on tour with us, and me and Danny and our guitar player Casper. And it's just like, that's the only people I was singing in front of, and just practicing for the first time ever. And I was fucking shaking, dude. Like, like my voice, you can see like almost gonna cry or something. Like it's just shaking. Like I'm just like super nerve wracking. Yeah. Wow. And then the first show was in Florida somewhere. And then the second show was in like South Carolina. And the third show, wherever the third show was, after I got those first 2 out of the way, the third show of that tour, I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay. It just took, like a little bit, once you got over that hump of seeing the crowd and getting out.
I got the first 2 out of the way, and they were probably fucking awful. I probably sounded like trash. I was probably just so scared, dude. But yeah, the second that third show hit, like it all just, I was like, this is exactly where I should have been for fucking years. Like absolutely, I should have been right here this entire time.
Was one of the songs you were playing, was that Selfish?
No, that one I just wrote that one. That one's like pretty fucking new.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was playing this song called IG Page that me and Danny wrote.
Oh, really?
That song's funny. Yeah, so that's a summer banger for sure. I think we're gonna take it off. I think we're gonna take it off like Spotify and stuff for now, and then just like redo it. Cause like the fucking Bill Appleberry, he's like some huge fucking producer, dude. Like this huge producer. He's like, you know, the show The Voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you hear any song that comes off of that show, Bill Appleberry does it.
Oh,
so
wow.
That dude hit me up because of that IG Page song.
Really?
Yeah, and he wanted to like reproduce it and redo that. So we're gonna take it off, I think, and then redo it and then put it back out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
that's cool. So Selfish was the most recent one. Yeah, because you have 3 songs up on Spotify right now.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure we were supposed to take the other 2 off, but I don't know why they're not off yet, but they're definitely coming down. Because there's so many more songs coming out, but like that was like the beginning of stages where we don't really know what we're doing. So like we definitely gonna take those down and like probably redo them or something. Mm-hmm. But so enjoy them while you can, because they're not gonna be there
until you re-release them, right?
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, we should. There's so many fucking songs coming out, dude. Like I think we're doing a song like every 3 weeks is gonna be coming out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
So as of like last Friday, like 3 weeks from then, like we're gonna drop like my favorite song actually that we wrote. I think it's the one. I think it's the one, man.
It's the hit.
It's the radio. It's definitely the radio fucking bopper, dude, for sure.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah. I can't wait to hear it. Do you have an EP coming out or a record, or you're just gonna do singles?
Yeah, it will be considered an EP, but we're just, I mean, if you actually look at the whole package of everything, like, yeah, it'll be an EP, but we're going to be putting everything out as singles. It's just like the smarter thing to do nowadays.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
But maybe like once it's all together, are you going to do like a physical release, maybe like a record like a vinyl or something? I don't know. Or just all digital? I
don't know, man. I don't know, because like, for touring, yeah, I'll probably put out like some sort of sweet like vinyl just so people can have it, you know? Because I know like people like they frame that shit and put it up or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I would do. I've got a million of them all over my.
You know, like yeah, like you need to that, like. But yeah, like I mean, if you're not touring, dude, like I feel like physical copies are they're pointless.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. It's harder probably to sell them online and ship them and all that noise.
Yeah, everyone's on their phone, so. For touring, yeah, like a limited edition, like vinyl or something, just so people can like really have it if they really want it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Touring's happening again?
Well, that's what I was just gonna ask you. Did you have a big plan for your release or anything, and then COVID destroyed it, or has it affected you?
It destroyed everything. Absolutely, yeah. We're supposed. I was supposed to go out. It's actually funny because I was going out with Danny on his solo tour. So the whole point of me drumming for his last tour and him like showcasing me like we were just talking about was because he fired me at the end of the tour as his drummer. That was the whole point of the tour. He's like, and he knew it from the start. He's like, so here's the deal. We're gonna do this tour, and I'm gonna push you out there. You're gonna do all your songs, and I'm firing you at the end of the tour. Period. I'm firing. You're never drumming for me ever again. And then next tour that I do, I'm bringing you out as a solo artist. He's like, you're going to spread your wings, you're going to fly.
That's cool.
So yeah, like, the whole plan was to fire me at the end of the tour. And then the next tour I was going to go out with as a solo artist.
Solo artist, right.
Yeah. So that was the plan. But then, no more touring for the next year. Yeah. But that's fine. Because like, I mean, with all the songs coming out and like, and all the, we're pushing all that shit pretty hard. So like, there's going to be a lot more tour opportunities by the time this shit's done anyway. So got a lot of stuff in the works right now.
Have you done like the live streams, or do you have any?
I thought about it. I definitely thought, but it's definitely something else I'm still interested in. I probably will do something with that. Yeah.
That's cool. And then what about the video for Selfish? Was that already shot before quarantine started, or was that something you guys to like come up with?
We literally just shot that 2 weeks ago.
Really? Wow. Was that hard to kind of navigate with the, stay-at-home orders or whatever? I don't know where you are, actually. Maybe it's not
I'm in Minneapolis now. We shot it in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I mean, for instance, the house that we did it at was like a friend of my manager's, and it's just like this beautiful, like $4 million fucking place, like right there, like wherever that was, Camelback or something. And like they're kind of like an older couple that lived there, and they're super cool about it. They're like, yeah, you can use your pool. We have one rule, like anything you fucking touch, just sanitize it when you're done. And don't touch the pool. Like, don't go in the pool. That was their only rule. So they're like, yeah, shoot whatever you want back here. And they just kind of like sat in their house from the windows and just like watched it go down. Like this older couple just watching a bunch of strippers just.
I was just gonna say. The husband was probably stoked.
Yeah, super funny. One of their neighbors, like I saw one of their neighbors just came in the side and was just kind of like sitting there, just like this older dude just watching all these butts.
He's probably like, what are they shooting in there?
Dude, it probably looks so sketchy too, dude. Like, but yeah, it was cool though. They just kind of hid in their house and we just sanitized everything, didn't touch their water, and then went in and out and left. It was cool. But yeah.
What was the reason for the pool? Do you have any idea? Like chlorinated water probably would kill the virus. I didn't know if they were worried about it, like going in the water. That's just weird.
I have no idea. They let us use their awesome house, and we're just like, yeah, that's your rule. Fucking no problem, dude. Like,
sure.
Thanks.
Well, that's awesome, man. I love the video. I love the song. I can't wait to hear this. The next one that you said is going to be the radio banger.
Yeah. I'm stoked. That one's called Drive. That one's going to be good.
Cool, man. So you said a new track every 3 weeks and then just kind of playing it by ear with the COVID thing, I guess.
Yeah. I guess. I have no idea what to do with that, huh? So we'll just keep the songs out and just kind of wait it out.
That's good that you can write and stuff, though, during this. Or do you do, like, Zoom things, like, with people or no, just on your own?
Are you
collaborating? I'm sorry?
I usually just write by myself for the most part. Okay. I'll sit at my house. Two of my like closest friends actually live like right down the hallway. So like I'll be sitting, if anything, like I'll be sitting here writing, and like they'll come over and we'll just like hang out and like drink and like write songs together. You know? Oh,
that's rad. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had to do like those Zoom like producer calls where you're like trying to write something over like I've heard a couple artists talking about that. Like trying to do a writing session over like the computer.
Yeah.
I just think it would be kind of weird. But
I think it would be kind of weird. I don't really know. I haven't tried that yet.
Okay. It wasn't sure. Right on, Aaron. Dude, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, of course. I have one more question. I want to know if you have any advice for aspiring artists.
Don't stop. Literally. That's the one thing that that bothered me the most about the music industry is that like people just give up. They just give up too quick. Mm-hmm. Like whether they have a kid or they start a family or whatever, like that's totally cool. But like, I don't know, man, don't stop. I hate it. I hate seeing people with so much fucking talent just like give up on it. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's the worst. And it's like, I mean, what is it? Thomas Edison, I think. That motherfucker's got all the good quotes, but like, it's like it's something about like the people that are like closest to success are they're the same people that like give up like right before it or something. I don't fucking know what the exact quote is. That's not
that makes sense. Like I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you know, it's like
you never know if you're right about to achieve what you're doing, and if you quit,
it literally could be fucking tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you could get that call where like your fucking song could literally hit radio tomorrow. You wouldn't even fucking know it. You know, like.
Yeah, there could be some program director somewhere that hears it and is like, "Oh, this is a hit. I'm gonna play it."
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
I would just say, don't stop, dude. If there's something you want, just keep doing it. Just don't stop.